Welcome to Speak English with me.
Improve your vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation with our engaging lessons.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak English with me. I'm Sam.
And I'm Emma. We're so glad you're spending part of your day with us. Today's conversation is for anyone who's ever thought, I know English, but I still don't sound as natural as I want to.
That's a feeling many learners share. You study grammar, you build your vocabulary, and then you have a conversation. People understand you, but something still feels missing.
Usually, it isn't grammar. It isn't pronunciation either. More often, it's word choice. Learners often use the same simple words again and again, even when they already know better alternatives.
Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Speak English with me. Every episode helps you build real conversational English through natural discussions, useful vocabulary, and everyday situations.
Today, we're going to upgrade your vocabulary without making it complicated. We'll look at simple words you already know and replace them with more natural choices that native speakers use all the time.
Our goal isn't to sound like a dictionary. It's to sound comfortable, confident, and expressive.
Let's start with a word we all use.
I think.
Nothing wrong with it, but if every opinion starts with I think, your speech can become repetitive.
A great alternative is I believe.
Listen to the difference. I think this book is useful. I believe this book is one of the best for beginners.
The second sentence sounds more confident because you're sharing a considered opinion instead of a quick thought.
I remember helping a friend prepare for a scholarship interview. Every answer started with I think. After a while, I asked him to replace some of those with I believe, and suddenly his answers sounded much stronger, even though the ideas stayed the same.
Let's try a conversation.
Go for it.
Which city would you recommend to someone visiting your country?
I believe Lahore is a wonderful choice because it has amazing food, beautiful history, and so much energy. Every visit feels different.
That sounds smooth and natural.
Remember, you don't have to replace every I think. Just give yourself another option.
Our second upgrade is replacing very important with essential.
I love this one because it's short, clear, and powerful.
Imagine your friend is packing for a hiking trip. Do I need to bring water?
Yes, water is essential.
Compare that with water is very important.
Both are correct, but essential sounds more precise.
I once forgot my phone charger during a work trip. I thought I could manage.
Let me guess, you couldn't.
Not even close. After searching 3 different shops, I realized a charger wasn't just useful, it was essential.
We've all had moments like that. Sometimes one word tells the whole story.
Now let's move to a word learners use hundreds of times. Good.
People use it for almost everything. The weather is good, the food is good, the movie is good, the teacher is good.
Here's a stronger alternative. Excellent.
Suppose someone asks about a restaurant. The food was good, or the food was excellent.
The second answer creates a much clearer picture.
Last month, I visited a small cafe that didn't look special from the outside. I wasn't expecting much.
And?
The coffee was excellent. The owner remembered every customer's name, and the whole place felt warm and welcoming. I ended up staying for 2 hours just reading my book.
Isn't it funny how small experiences become memorable because of little details?
They really do.
Our fourth upgrade is replacing happy with delighted.
This word carries more warmth.
Listen, I'm happy you came. I'm delighted you came.
The second sentence feels more personal.
Imagine your best friend surprises you with a visit after living abroad for years.
I wouldn't just say, I'm happy you're here. I'd probably say, I'm delighted to see you. I've missed you so much.
That's how people naturally connect emotions with words.
Better vocabulary becomes even more meaningful when it reflects genuine feelings.
Our final upgrade for today is replacing I want with I'm hoping to.
This is one of my favorite expressions because it sounds relaxed and conversational.
Compare these. I want to improve my English this year. I'm hoping to improve my English this year.
The second sentence feels like you're sharing a personal goal instead of making a simple statement.
Let's finish with a quick conversation.
Sounds good.
Any exciting plans for next year?
I'm hoping to travel somewhere I've never been before. I haven't chosen the destination yet, but I want the trip to challenge me, introduce me to new people, and give me stories I'll remember for years to come.
I love that answer because it invites more conversation.
That's the beauty of today's vocabulary. These aren't difficult words. They're natural upgrades that help people understand not only what you're saying, but also how you feel. And once you begin using them in everyday conversations, they'll start becoming part of your English without feeling forced.
You know what I enjoy most about these little vocabulary upgrades?
What's that?
They don't change who you are. They simply help your personality come through more clearly. When you choose better words, people spend less time thinking about your English and more time listening to your ideas.
That's such an important point. Sometimes learners chase difficult vocabulary because they want to impress people, but in real conversations, sounding natural is much more valuable than sounding complicated.
Speaking of sounding natural, let's look at another word that appears everywhere. Big.
People use it for almost everything. A big problem, a big opportunity, a big decision.
Instead of saying big, try using significant.
This word is especially useful when you're talking about change, progress, or something that has a strong impact.
Listen to these two sentences. I made a big improvement. I made a significant improvement.
The second one sounds more polished, especially in conversations about work, education, or personal goals.
I remember meeting a student who kept a notebook of new words. 3 months later, his pronunciation had improved, his confidence had grown, and he could hold much longer conversations.
That's a significant improvement.
It certainly was, and what impressed me wasn't his perfect grammar, it was his willingness to keep speaking even when he made mistakes.
That's a lesson many people need to hear. Progress isn't always dramatic. Sometimes the biggest victories happen quietly.
Our next upgrade is one I wish people used more often. Instead of saying show, try to demonstrate.
This word is brilliant when you're explaining skills or abilities.
Imagine you're in a job interview. I want to show that I can lead a team. Or, I want to demonstrate that I can lead a team.
That sounds much more professional.
It does, but don't think it's only for formal situations.
Right. If your friend is learning to cook, you might say, "Can you demonstrate how you made this sauce?" It simply means, "Can you show me?"
My younger cousin recently learned a card trick.
Let me guess. Everyone had to watch.
More than once. Every time a new guest arrived, he'd smile and say, "Let me demonstrate something."
That's adorable.
By the end of the evening, I knew every move.
Sometimes enthusiasm is impossible to resist.
Now let's move to another word that's very common. Funny.
People use it for almost everything. The movie was funny, my friend is funny, that story was funny.
A great alternative is hilarious.
Be careful though. Hilarious is stronger. You use it when something makes you laugh a lot.
Let's compare them. The video was funny. The video was hilarious.
The second sentence tells people you probably couldn't stop laughing.
I had one of those moments on a train a few years ago.
This sounds interesting already.
A little boy was talking to his father. He looked out the window, pointed at a group of sheep, and shouted, "Look, the clouds have legs."
That's hilarious.
Everyone in the carriage smiled. Even people wearing headphones looked up because they heard everyone laughing.
Children have a wonderful way of seeing the world differently.
They really do.
And stories like that are much more memorable than simply saying, "The boy was funny."
Here's another useful upgrade. Instead of saying help, try to assist.
You'll hear this word quite often in shops, airports, hotels, and customer service.
Imagine walking into a store. "Can someone help me?" That's perfectly fine. Or the employee might say, "How may I assist you today?"
That sounds polite and professional.
I noticed this during a trip last year. I looked completely lost in a large train station.
Were you carrying a map?
Worse, I was staring at my phone and turning in circles.
That's usually a sign someone needs directions.
A station employee walked over with a smile and asked, "May I assist you?"
That's a sentence worth remembering because you'll hear it in many English-speaking countries.
And it's useful if you work in hospitality or customer service yourself.
Definitely.
Our 10th upgrade today is replacing busy with occupied.
I like this one because it has a slightly different feeling.
Yes, busy usually describes your schedule. Occupied often means your time or attention is already taken.
Here's an example. Are you free this afternoon? I'm sorry, I'm occupied until about 4 o'clock.
That sounds natural and respectful.
It also works for places. This seat is occupied.
I remember arriving at a small library during exam season.
Let me guess.
Every single desk was occupied.
That's one of the quietest forms of disappointment.
I walked through 3 floors hoping someone would leave.
Did anyone?
Not for nearly half an hour. I finally found an empty chair beside a window, and somehow the wait made me appreciate it even more.
Isn't that interesting? We often value things more after we've had to be patient.
Very true.
Before we finish today, let's quickly look back at our 5 upgrades.
Instead of big, try significant.
Instead of show, try demonstrate.
Instead of funny, try hilarious.
Instead of help, try assist.
And instead of busy, try occupied.
Don't try to use all 5 today. Pick 1 or 2 that match the conversations you already have. The more naturally you use them, the easier they'll become. Fluency grows through small habits, and every thoughtful word you choose brings you 1 step closer to speaking with confidence.
You know, something interesting starts happening when you improve your vocabulary.
What's that?
People begin responding differently to you, not because you've become a different person, but because your ideas sound clearer. They understand your meaning faster, and the conversation flows more naturally.
I've noticed that too. Learners often think confidence comes first, but sometimes confidence grows because your words finally match what you're trying to say.
That's a great way to describe it. Let's keep building that toolbox with another upgrade. Instead of saying need, try saying require.
I like this one because it works in so many situations.
Listen to these. I need more time, or this project requires more time.
The second sentence sounds thoughtful and professional. It shifts the focus from you to the situation.
Imagine your manager asks if the report can be finished today.
You could say, it requires a little more research before it's ready.
That sounds calm instead of stressed.
I remember preparing a presentation for a community event. At first, I thought it would take 1 evening.
Let me guess. It didn't.
Not even close. I had to collect information, design the slides, and practice speaking several times. The presentation required much more preparation than I expected, but standing in front of that audience felt rewarding because I knew I'd done my best.
That's a good reminder that worthwhile things often require patience.
They really do.
Here's another upgrade that can make your English sound more expressive. Instead of saying get, try saying receive.
Get is one of the most common words in English, and there's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes receive fits the situation much better.
For example, I got an email, or I received an email.
The second version is especially common in workplaces, universities, and formal conversations.
I still remember receiving my first acceptance letter for a training program.
Were you nervous before opening it?
Very. I stared at the email for nearly 5 minutes before clicking it. I kept imagining every possible outcome.
That's such a human reaction.
When I finally opened it and read the first sentence, I couldn't stop smiling. I immediately called my parents.
Moments like that stay with you because they represent much more than one email. They represent all the effort that came before it.
That's why stories are always more interesting than isolated vocabulary.
I couldn't agree more.
Now let's move to another upgrade. Instead of saying tell, try saying inform.
This is another word you'll hear in professional environments.
Imagine you're writing to your team, please tell me if anything changes, or please inform me if anything changes.
It sounds more suitable for work without sounding unfriendly.
Here's a little role play.
Let's do it.
Excuse me, has the meeting room changed?
Yes, I'd like to inform everyone that we'll be meeting on the 3rd floor instead of the 2nd.
Short, simple, and natural.
People sometimes avoid words like inform because they think they're too formal. The trick is knowing when they fit the situation.
That's an important lesson. Good communication isn't about using advanced words everywhere. It's about choosing the right words at the right time.
That's where real fluency begins.
Our next upgrade is replacing start with begin. Those two words are very close in meaning, but begin often sounds a little smoother in presentations, meetings, and public speaking.
Imagine you're leading a workshop. Let's start or let's begin.
Both work, but the second one feels a little more polished. I used to get nervous before giving presentations.
Really? You seem comfortable now.
I wasn't always. The hardest part wasn't speaking for 20 minutes. It was saying the first sentence.
I know that feeling. Once you begin, your mind settles down.
That's what surprised me. The anticipation was much scarier than the presentation itself.
I think many listeners can relate to that, whether they're giving a speech or simply introducing themselves in English.
Sometimes courage isn't about feeling fearless. It's about beginning even when your hands are shaking a little.
That's a sentence worth remembering.
Now for our final upgrade today. Instead of saying use, try using apply.
This word appears a lot when people talk about knowledge or skills.
Listen carefully. I want to use what I learned, or I want to apply what I learned.
The second sentence shows that you're putting knowledge into action.
That's something language learners sometimes forget. Watching videos is helpful.
Reading books is helpful.
Learning vocabulary is helpful.
But improvement really happens when you apply those lessons in real conversations.
I met a learner once who knew hundreds of English expressions.
That's impressive.
It was, but he admitted something that surprised me. He rarely used them because he was afraid of making mistakes.
I feel him. Many people have been there.
I suggested one simple challenge. Every day, apply just one new expression in a conversation. Not 10, just one.
That sounds manageable.
A month later, he told me something had changed. He still made mistakes now and then, but speaking no longer felt frightening because he had stopped waiting for perfection.
That's a beautiful reminder that language grows through action, not hesitation.
Let's quickly revisit today's upgrades.
Instead of need, try require.
Instead of get, try receive.
Instead of tell, try inform.
Instead of start, try begin.
And instead of use, try apply.
Every conversation gives you another chance to practice, and every small improvement makes the next conversation feel a little easier.
We've covered a lot of vocabulary today, and I hope everyone listening has realized something important. Speaking better English isn't about replacing every simple word. It's about knowing when a stronger, more natural word helps you express yourself more clearly.
I couldn't agree more. If you try to change every sentence overnight, you'll probably feel overwhelmed. But if you choose 1 or 2 upgrades each week, you'll notice those words becoming part of your everyday conversations.
Let's finish today's episode with our last 5 upgrades.
The first one is replacing buy with purchase.
This is another word you'll often hear in shops, customer service, business conversations, and online shopping.
Imagine someone asks what you did yesterday. I bought a new laptop. That's perfect. But if you're talking about a company report or explaining a business expense, you might say, our company purchased new computers for the office.
The situation changes the word choice. That's something native speakers do naturally without even thinking about it.
I remember saving money for months to purchase my first camera. Every weekend, I skipped eating out because I had a goal.
Was it worth the wait?
Every second. I still have that camera today. Whenever I look at it, I remember that patience often makes achievements feel even more satisfying.
That's a lovely memory.
Our next upgrade is replacing fix with resolve.
I use this word all the time when talking about problems.
Compare these. We fixed the issue. We resolved the issue.
Resolve sounds calmer and more professional.
Imagine 2 friends planning a trip together. We still have one problem. Don't worry, we'll resolve it before we leave.
That sentence feels reassuring. It gives people confidence instead of making the problem sound bigger than it really is.
Life is full of little problems, but most of them become much easier once everyone focuses on finding a solution instead of complaining.
That's good advice, even outside language learning.
Our 18th upgrade is replacing show up with attend.
This one is especially useful for meetings, classes, workshops, and events.
Listen to these. I showed up at the meeting. I attended the meeting.
Both are correct, but attended is often a better choice in professional or academic situations.
I once signed up for a public speaking workshop because I wanted to become more comfortable speaking in front of groups.
Were you nervous?
Very. I almost stayed home that morning.
What changed your mind?
I reminded myself that confidence doesn't magically appear. Sometimes the hardest part is simply attending. Walking through the door was the biggest victory.
That's something many listeners can relate to. Whether it's an English class, an interview, or a social event, taking that first step matters.
It really does.
What's next?
Instead of saying try, consider using attempt.
This word is useful when you want to describe making a serious effort, especially when the result isn't certain.
For example, I'll try to solve the puzzle, or I'll attempt to solve the puzzle.
The second sentence puts a little more focus on the effort.
I remember attempting to bake a birthday cake for my sister.
That sounds dangerous.
You may be right.
What happened?
The recipe looked simple, but somehow I mixed up the ingredients, forgot to check the oven, and ended up with something that looked more like a science experiment than a cake.
I wish I could have seen that.
Everyone laughed, including me. We still talk about it years later.
That's the wonderful thing about trying new things. Even when they don't go as planned, they often become your best stories.
And now we've reached our final upgrade. Instead of saying idea, try using approach.
I really like this one because it encourages people to think about methods instead of only thoughts.
Listen carefully. I have an idea, or I have a different approach.
Imagine you're working with your team on a project. Someone suggests one solution, you think of another. Instead of saying, I have another idea, you might say, I'd like to suggest a different approach.
It sounds collaborative instead of competitive.
That's something people appreciate at work because you're contributing without dismissing anyone else's opinion.
Before we say goodbye, let's take a quick word tour and review today's 20 upgrades.
Instead of I think, use I believe when you want to sound more confident.
Instead of very important, try essential.
Replace good with excellent when something truly stands out.
Instead of happy, use delighted to express genuine joy.
Instead of I want, use I'm hoping to when talking about future goals.
Instead of big, try significant.
Replace show with demonstrate.
Instead of funny, use hilarious when something makes you laugh a lot.
Replace help with assist in more professional situations.
Instead of busy, use occupied when your time or attention is already taken.
Replace need with require.
Instead of get, use receive.
Replace tell with inform.
Instead of start, try begin.
And instead of use, try apply.
Instead of buy, use purchase.
Replace fix with resolve.
Instead of show up, use attend.
Replace try with attempt.
And instead of idea, consider using approach.
Don't worry about memorizing every word today. Pick the ones that match your daily life and start using them in real conversations. The more often you hear yourself saying them, the more natural they'll become. Little by little, you'll notice that you're speaking with greater confidence, expressing yourself more clearly, and enjoying English far more than before. Thanks for spending this time with us. We hope you've enjoyed today's conversation, and we can't wait to see you in the next episode of Speak English with Me. Take care until then.